birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
All right, good morning. We're in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Well, actually, we're in the Cabaret Rouge lounge waiting to go into Puerto Rico on our excursion. And Heather is celebrating something today.
It's my 32nd birthday.
Yeah, 32 times we've done this. But yeah, so that's what's up. We're just waiting. This is the meeting point for all of the excursions, it looks like, this big old lounge and stuff. But we're down on the bottom floor where it's kind of a little bit more quiet and less people and whatever. But I think we'll be called like in the next 15-20 minutes. We'll see what's up. Anything else?
It's gonna be a fun day.
Yeah, okay. Well, of course, we'll take you with us. We'll see what we see. We'll do what we do. And we'll talk soon. We only ended up waiting another 10 minutes. Our excursion group was one of the first ones called. And when they did call our group number, we made our way out into the hallway, and it was definitely backed up at the gangway. At this point, the gangways were open for everyone, which was kind of the problem. They really should have prioritized the people with shore excursions. MSC's not known for being the most organized when it comes to this kind of stuff, but we did get off pretty quickly. And while we didn't know where to go at first, once we got down to the end of the pier, they had all the lollipop numbers, and so we just went over to where our number was, and they confirmed our tickets, and then once everybody was there, we went over to the bus. Our excursion was the Puerto Rican native cultural experience, and the description made it sound very similar to the salsa and salsa thing that I had done in Cozumel, in that there would be drinks and dancing and eating, etc. We passed a lot of hotels and resorts on the way over there, and soon we came up to a park, and they dropped us off a few blocks away from the bar that the stuff would be taking place at, and we got to walk through some of the cultural areas and look at a lot of the murals and artwork. There's definitely a lot of cool art pieces and stuff in Puerto Rico, including some that you wouldn't even expect to see there that don't seem related to Puerto Rico at all, but they definitely take pride in all of the art that they have to offer in the city. And within a few minutes, we had made our way over to the bar. It looked like it would be a chill spot. If I was a local, I would probably walk down there, and that would be kind of like a regular spot for me. But yeah, without any kind of delay whatsoever, we started our dancing lesson.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy
During the dancing, which we did pretty much the entire time, they did drop off some food. We had some sort of traditional fried bread thing and a chorizo type egg roll. I thought they were both good. Heather wasn't really a fan of either one, and we grabbed a couple of beers. We found out at this point that the alcoholic drinks were not included. There was supposed to be water and stuff too, but we weren't offered anything like that, and then people who did get water ended up having to pay for water bottles. So I sort of felt like there was some false advertising, since it did suggest that lunch and basic drinks would be included. They did have a cute black cat that walked around and wanted everybody's food, but was really polite and chill. And we finished our food and drink, and then it was time to make our way back to the bus. We walked down another alley that had more artwork, and it definitely looked really good on the side of a lot of the buildings. And then on the way back, we had time to stop in the resorts district. San Juan kind of reminds me of Miami. It has a very similar vibe, and this particular area had access to the beach. And we walked by this really cool fountain on our way to the water. Once we got to the end of the little pier, you can see the water crashing against the side of the beach and the rocks and whatever. This wasn't a swimmable beach by any means, but it definitely looked nice. And yeah, from there we made our way back around to the ship. We had a little bit of time to look around, but we decided to just go back on board because at this point we were several hours in on Heather's birthday and we'd only had the one beer. And because the provided lunch had been so small, we were really hungry at this point as well, and we didn't actually have enough time to sit down anywhere in San Juan, so we thought we'd grab a nice bar drink and go have some food at the buffet. Alright, so this is the story all about how I was supposed to have $100 on my account, but it wasn't there, so I had to go to guest services. And the song's over. But anyway, so I went to guest services because I had $100 on board credit that was from a cruise that got canceled over a year ago. And I was telling the lady at guest services, like, it's just been so glitchy with that thing. Like, I wish I would have just gotten a refund because that was the option. You get a refund or you get a future cruise credit for the full amount and $100 on board credit. I was like, well, I'll take the extra $100, right? Well, getting that applied has been such a nightmare. And I finally got it to work on this sailing, and then we get on board and it wasn't applied, and I was like, well, what the heck? So I went to guest services, and I kindly told the lady that I've been having issues with this thing, and she was able to pull up in the system. She was like, yep, you are supposed to have that. So within like 30 minutes, it was on the account, and she said, I'm so sorry you had to wait in line at guest services and come talk to us. Here's a bottle of bubbly. So, and a plate of little snacks. So yeah, if you kindly go to guest services for an issue, they'll take care of you. But don't be mean. We'll talk soon. Our guest services experience on MSC Seascape was probably the best I've had on any cruise ship, or at least any MSC ship before. But from there we made our way out to the Seascape bar in the lobby and had a shot of tequila and grabbed a regular drink and made our way up to the buffet where I fixed a plate of, whatever looked good. I really liked that beef stew stuff. The day before we had met a girl from Scotland, and her mom kind of became our friends the last couple of days, and they had saved a couple of loungers up on the main pool deck, and so they invited us up there to lounge out in the sun with them. And yeah, soon it was time for us to leave San Juan, and so we kind of went up and got a little bit of footage of the sail away. They didn't really have like a deck party or anything that I recall, but a lot of people were up on the pool deck at this point, and so we grabbed a drink at the upper bar and kind of just people watched for a little bit. But soon I was sunned out, so I told Heather I would meet up with her for dinner, and I went down to the sports bar to have some Dos Equis and chill in there. I had made friends with a couple of the bartenders in there, so that was definitely my spot. I'm not a real sporty guy, but I did enjoy the beer and just the vibe in there. And at one point I got into a little cubby and pretended to watch golf and just killed time until it was time for me to go change for dinner. Even though we had both already had dessert, they brought us a giant cake for Heather's birthday, and so we took a couple of bites of that and then took the rest back to our room. And then from there we decided to meet up with our friends from Scotland, and we hung out, played ping pong, explored the ship a little bit, and then we stopped at the champagne bar in the lobby atrium for a couple of drinks before making our way to Le Cabaret Rouge, because that's where they were holding the silent disco event, which if you've seen my channel before, you know I'm a fan of that. And so we got our headsets and made our way onto the dance floor.
Body sexy, tell them, hey, I'm everything tonight. Give me everything tonight.
Silent disco was a lot of fun, and we spent the rest of Heather's birthday dancing the night away before making our way back to our room. But yeah, I want to thank you all so much for traveling with us. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and you all have a good night.